Hello, Displayees, and happy Thursday. You know, I think Thursdays don't get enough credit. I really don't. Everyone goes from happy hump day to thank God it's Friday. Well, I don't know. How do you think that makes poor Thursday feel? Thursday is important and valuable. And I, for one, would like to take this moment to salute Thursdays. To you, Thursday, cheers. Our trusty bridge between the middle and end of the week. You're always there when we need you for throwbacks and drink specials alike. I mean, if it weren't for Thirsty Thursday, what day of the week would we remember to hydrate? What day would we have an excuse to repost old photos? Not just because we used to look hot and want to remind everyone, but because there's a trusty hashtag with which to do so. It's time to highlight some more with our first guest today. Please say hello to Jeffrey Kipple and Mindy Blackstein. Hi.
Hi. Hello.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Display TV. It's really good to see you again.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
So I want to get people that may or may not be familiar with your content, re-familiar with it on the platform. So we're going to start off by playing a little game called Postmortems. This is where we dig up your post on display and you give us the story behind the post. And I think this is a really good way to sort of dive into your content and who you are and sort of like what this platform is for you. So let's take a look at the first post that I've dug up. All right, so this is a really sweet photo of you both. And obviously I can see that the caption says that this is from a photo shoot for Alive and RethinkFIT magazine. Tell me about this. What is this magazine? What is this photo shoot? Why are you looking so glam?
Good question. So we aligned with a magazine called Alive and Fit, which is a magazine that's currently in existence, and they rebranded to become Alive and RethinkFIT. So for their very first magazine, they wanted to feature content from us. So that was a photo shoot that we had taken so that we could be in the magazine.
And tell me about the photo shoot. What was that like? What did you have to do?
Yeah, it was a fun photo shoot out in nature. And it was kind of surreal because we were out in nature and there's forest and rocks and everything around us, and then all the lights all around us. So it's kind of cool.
But the cool thing actually was, here's a backstory to it. We thought it was going to be just like an iPhone photo shoot. That's all we were like planning to do. And the person we had asked to assist us with it, Brian Gangel, who also is the architect of the initiative, the RethinkFIT initiative, he actually said sure he could do it. And then he came out with a whole like production, like the lights, like everything you can need, those like things that you hold up, like the reflectors, whatever. I don't know. He had everything, it seemed. And so that was the photo shoot.
I mean, you're no strangers to photo shoots because obviously, you know, you've worked in this space for a long time, and Mindy, you even performed, right, like in the wellness space. So I imagine that you're used to having sort of professional photos taken, right? This isn't the first time that this happened.
Not the first time, just very unexpected.
And where can we see this? If we want to go and support you and support the magazine, how can we find it?
Our website is rethinkfit.social, and it has a listing of all the players who are a part of this, and it's growing.
That is awesome. Well, congrats. You guys looked incredible. I can't wait to see more. But right now, we're going to see another one of your posts. So let's take a look here. This one says that you were guests on the new Rethink Fit and Grow podcast show. Tell me about this podcast. What is this?
So this podcast, it's another one of the media pipelines within what we call a RethinkFIT mediascape, where people who have messages to help people love better how they think, feel, act, function, achieve, and dream can actually become guests on this podcast to share their message and get it heard. And then through the media pipeline, we can amplify that to a wider audience.
That's incredible. Who are some of the guests that you've had, and also where can we find the podcast?
The podcast you can find on Spreaker and off our website, rethinkfit.social. And we're just getting started with it. So some of the guests are celebrities in the fitness space, in the wellness space, nutritionists, trainers, coaches, people who have had some realization that got them to rethink the way that they were looking at how they live their life.
That's amazing. It sounds really inspiring. And when you were guests on the podcast, what were some of, the topics that you talked about?
I don't know, everything deep. It was kind of, one question was we had to describe how we saw ourselves and each other. And that was interesting.
I love that. Okay, let's take a look at the next post that I dug up. And tell me about this, Jeffrey. So far, 141 people got your book. What is this book, The Ridiculous Adventures of Serbanan? I know some, but please tell any new viewers what this is all about.
Thank you. I started this book when I was in my teens, when the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series ended. And I wanted to continue that adventure journey. And I finished it in this past year. And it's now in paperback, Kindle, and an audiobook. And it's just a fun break from everything that's going on. It's a comedy. The audiobook, it's kind of like listening to a Monty Python skit for just a nonstop laughing. So really excited about it. And that could be found on Amazon or Kindle or Audible.
That's awesome. Congratulations. I mean, I remember when we met and you had sort of just started, putting it together, sort of sourcing display for people and artists that might want to be involved in it, and to see it, come to fruition like this and actually selling over 100 copies. I mean, that's really incredible. It's really, really cool. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's take a look at our next post. This one's from Mindy's page, which is gorgeous. And I feel like this represents a lot about you. So if we look at the caption, obviously, you're talking about transitioning into a wellness destination, but I also know you are someone who posts a lot about circadian reset. So I feel like there's a lot to this post. Tell me a little bit about it.
Okay, so it's kind of like a Rethink Fit type post because I started waking up to catch the sunrise because of the benefits of doing a circadian reset. So in doing that, I actually discovered that I really like waking up and watching the sunrise and being outside for that and seeing like the sun, just like get up and all the colors around it. And I also discovered that I like taking pictures. so it was kind of like a win-win-win all around. And now that that's at the retreat, that is kind of like a launch retreat for the initiative, it's extra cool.
I mean, you have done so much in this past year. It's just wild to see all of the projects that, have been happening. And then also like still that it's so clear to me how much nature and spirituality and all of this stuff really plays into all of the success that you've been having. And I want to feature one more post in this game. And this is super cool too, because I think this is very much ties into the display community, and it's sort of a place where your brand and your initiative meets display. 11,000 members in the community fitness that you started. Tell me a little bit about, Rethink Fit on display and this community and sort of what this post is about.
Okay, well, actually, the community now is, I think it's over 24,000, close to 25,000. And it's a community, yeah, it's grown quite a bit. And it's a place for people to share their fitness journey, their wellness journey. So people are sharing different workouts, different ways that they're training, different photos of, enjoying being fit. It's not always just in the gym. There's all kind of different things. So it's for motivation and inspiration and people to share their lived experiences.
That's awesome. I love that it's a community where we sort of all come together and celebrate, our wins together and sort of the gains and the body proud moments. and all of that. And the fact that it's grown so much since I grabbed this post, that's so crazy. That's really wild. Well, congrats on all of that. We've got more, y'all. We'll be right back with Jeff and Mindy when we put them on the spot. Plus, later, actress and producer Maggie Stiggers is here, and we're playing trivia for up to 10K. Stay with us. Welcome back, everyone. You're watching Today on Display. I am your host, Sarah Priebus, and I'm here with the always inspiring Jeffrey Kipple and Mindy Blackstein of RethinkFIT. Yes, we've been discussing their content and all of the ways that they integrate wellness and creativity into their presence here on the app. And now we're going to find out even more about them by putting them on the spot. So, you know, essentially, yeah, we're putting you in the hot seat just to discover a little bit more about you. So the first question that I have is, you know, what does it mean to you to be a wellness influencer or content creator? Like, what is your responsibility there?
For me, it means being authentic to your audience, which also means that you're being authentic to yourself, which is kind of cool in itself. And it also means that you have to have a tribe so that you can share complementary content, because it's not a one size fits all. So it's good to have people you can refer people to within your tribe. And I think the main thing is also to be a continual student, keep learning, and stay true to what you're talking about.
Yeah, on my end, I think it's when people have a lived experience and they've gained some insight or knowledge, I think it's a responsibility to be able to share that so that more people can learn that information and also use it as a platform to get inspired. I think that's where it falls into.
And why are creativity and passion projects important to you?
Because I believe it's a form of self-love, because you're tuning into yourself to discover what it is that you love to do, and you're doing it.
I think the creativity side, as you would know too, Sarah, you get into a different zone, and unless you've experienced that, you'd never know that that is possible. When you're in that zone, you can put your mind to whatever you want it to be and really enjoy that.
What do you want your audience to take away from your content and your messaging?
From our messaging, from the RethinkFIT initiative side, we want people to take away that they have a choice. They always have choices, but now it's a choice that they can choose their own RethinkFIT adventure. And the first step is really to go introspective and ask themselves, am I really as happy, healthful, confident, and self-loving as I would like to be? And if the answer is yes, or I'm on that journey, I'm like experiencing that now, then those people have the opportunity, or like Jeff was saying, they almost have the responsibility in a good way to share their experiences, their wisdom, and their innovations with others who can also come to love better how they think, feel, act, function, and dream. And if they say no, then like welcome to the RethinkFIT initiative, because it's like filled with people who have their own messages and experiences to help people like you to love yourself more and be more happy and confident.
That's good.
Jeff, I was going to ask you, what do you think is the biggest misconception in the wellness industry?
I think the biggest misconception, there's two. The first one being that people think it's just about strength and appearance. And it's so much more than that. So that's one. And the second is that people put so much faith in what they see marketed as different products and services that are going to help them achieve their goal, that in many cases aren't substantiated, that are maybe work for one person but not everyone, or they're really highlighted based on a financial gain rather than on a true wholesome product or authentic service.
Now, this one's for both of you. If you could go back in time and give yourself advice 20 years ago, what would it be?
Mine would be to focus my mind to my heart, or to my heart space, to focus my attention on things that feel good, because that's what I would say.
I would say to always have a coach or a mentor or an advisor around. 20 years ago, I would have maybe laughed at that idea. Not maybe, I would have not gone with that idea.
You did laugh at
I did laugh at the idea. And, you know, I thought I know it all. And it's to really go from the statement of, I don't know what I don't know, and have people around who can help guide.
Yeah. So we're going to go from the past now, and we're going to jump to the future. Tell me, where do you see yourselves and Rethink Fit 5 years from now?
Okay, so for myself, I see us living in an intentional type community, off-grid, in the middle of nature, with friends, and the intention is for us to come together to help ourselves, each other, the community, and the land to thrive, heal, and grow.
That's awesome. Yeah,
well, that's your vision.
That's our vision. For Rethink Fit, our goal is to reach 100 million people, because we believe that will help tip the social consciousness and the awareness level. So that's the goal. I believe we're going to achieve that in less than 5 years. And on a personal basis, along with living in the awesome place that we're going to have, I see my passion project, my book, Serving into an animated series and into a whole book series as well.
Woo! I love that. I love all of that. We're going to move into some of the fun stuff. I mean, it's all fun, but that's sort of more, brand based. And now this is more on the personal side. So tell me, what is your best unknown skill? Like something unrelated to wellness that might surprise us about each of you.
Mine is that I'm like a child magnet, and I could have one play session with a kid, and suddenly we're besties, and I love every moment of it.
I'm trying to think of what's a skill on my end.
Are you a singer? Can you do something athletic? I mean, I guess that's related to wellness, but something that might surprise us. Can you whip up some sort of dish that is?
I enjoy cooking, and I think I'm good.
You've definitely gotten better.
I've gotten better.
There you go. I was
now
gonna say.
You qualify as good plus.
Good. So I'm good plus.
Maybe even very good. I don't know how to rate it.
So give me your bucket list travel destination, somewhere you want to go.
For me, Machu Picchu.
Me too. That. But also, we want to do something with Clinics for Humanity and do a humanitarian mission in some impoverished village and really connect with the children there and share messages of wellness and stuff.
Before we let you go, I just wanted to check in and see if there's anything else that you wanted to promote while I have you here.
We're looking for 180 people who are going to join and lead this initiative, from the wellness space to the artistic space, and be able to share a message on a global basis. So connect with us. Go to our website, rethinkfit.social, or email us at founders@rethinkfit.social.
And I'll add in, sign up for our newsletter, because we just started it, and you can see it evolve. And it's been an interesting process, and it will be neat too, because now you can be updated on all the things that we're doing and the people who are these new celebs, what they're doing.
Jeff, Mindy, thank you so much for joining us. And guys, a reminder that you can follow them on display. They're at Rethink Fit. They also have individual pages. And definitely make sure you're tagging them if you want to be featured on their page, if you're doing any of their challenges, which they offer on display.